Unreal. Goodness me. Look at this from Jamie Redknapp's shot. Watching, watching, watching. Yes. Perfectly done. And did he like it? Gascoigne. The posse around him. And now chasing the ball. They've got a man over as a result. Gascoigne! And McManaman wide on the follow-up. Well, one crossbar, one post. It remains at 0-0. To the crossbar.
Of the British game as well.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. I think Bruce might try it, but I think there's a... Well, the flag goes up there, doesn't it? So he thinks he's offside, but I mean...
Might have stood there.
Well, it would have stood because the referee's clearly waved down because there was no interference. But it was a great moment, and you can see they're all chatting about it there. That is Gaz at number 8. He has changed his colour again.
And disbelief among the England players. Jamie Redknapp there. He turned his back on the shot, didn't understand what had happened, but now he's having it explained to him.
But not quite so well.
Astute negotiations over the fixture dates have left Scotland with their eyes focused on the finals and their feet on home soil, an ideal foundation from which to attack the largely part-time players from Finland.
Colin short for Spencer. There's Booth. What a start for Scotland. A goal inside 10 minutes from Scott Booth of Aberdeen. They're on the way.
Easy now to visualise the convoys heading for the glamour grounds of Euro '96.
Naturally we're pleased, but we would like to carry on and continue with a reasonably good vein of form that we're in and try to do something when we get there. And I know that improvement will be necessary. I know people will say you're going down there against good opposition. But remember where some key players shot, the Paul McStays, the Stuart McCalls in particular, and one or two strikers. So we can improve, and I'm sure that we'll do Scotland proud.
Scotland's remaining game at home to San Marino looks a formality. Russia have 2 games left, against Greece next and then Finland, both at home.
Group 6 leaders Portugal had a 100% home record until Northern Ireland landed in Oporto last weekend, trying to rekindle their faint hopes of qualifying from a fluctuating group.
Gillespie loses out, Figo to take over. That's Follier in there. Oh, it's 1-0. It's Domingos. And the crowd go wild here in Oporto. Gillespie is there, McGilton is there, Michael Hughes is there. McGilton, Hughes, hit it well! Oh, perfectly, in fact. It's 1 each. And what a marvellous goal. And there's the delight of the Northern Ireland supporters.
When the Republic of Ireland beat Portugal in April, their qualification looked assured. But a home defeat at Austria's hands changed all that, and Wednesday's return match in Vienna was to decide whether Jack Charlton's team could keep their hands on second spot. It may even have held the key to Charlton's future with Ireland.
Steers go up as Kubauer is released. It's Cross, still danger. Austria in front. 3 minutes gone. Stöger, Herzog. Inside Kelly for Stöger again, no offside. It's still Stöger. Looking for his second and getting it. Here's Kennedy's corner. Up goes McGrath. We're back in the rails. And no more than they deserve on the balance of the play, at least up to half-time. Shot. Here's Tony Polster, though. Oh, Stöger! Oh, that's his hat-trick!
If the Austrians win their 2 remaining fixtures, they'll be sure of a top 2 finish. But that's all that is sure. Leaders Portugal are still to face the 2 other main contenders, Austria's final match is in Northern Ireland.
Only a tiny welcome in the hillsides for Moldova, emphasising that it's more than 40 years since Wales last joined the final stage of a major tournament. Bobby Gould has taken the manager's job, knowing they won't be there next year, but pessimism is not a word in the Gould vocabulary.
What can Wales work from here? They've gone close on 2 occasions. Well driven across towards Adrian Williams, and that's it! It's Gary Speed again. That's a perfect lift into Bobby Gould, where the camera was on him showing some emotion.
In this same group, Germany were given a sharp wake-up call by Georgia, who are in the white shirts. Timur Ketsbaya rounding off a move started by Manchester City's Georgi Kinkladze. In front of 40,000 fans at Nuremberg, Germany stirred. Thomas Helmer, the sweeper, delivered a pass that invited Andreas Müller to show his pace, and Müller delivered the goods. A little bit of luck with a loose ball created the second, but credit Christian Ziege for a swift reaction. Jürgen Klinsmann might have celebrated his 75th cap with the third goal, but when his shot was saved, Ulf Kirsten thumped home the second attempt. Germany's star was Thomas Hessler, and it was his corner that Marcus Babel headed in to complete a convincing 4-1 victory. With Albania holding Bulgaria to a draw, top place in this group is now up for grabs. The two leaders both have home and away games next month, and they meet in Germany in November.
A crunch match in Group 2 in Brussels, where either Belgium in red or Denmark in white are going to miss out on qualification. Luck appeared to be on the side of the defending champions. First, Danish skipper Michael Laudrup gifted a goal by keeper Bodart's collision with a defender. 2 minutes later, Denmark duly doubled their advantage with an even more bizarre goal. Mikkel Beck, the blonde attacker on the edge of the box, got the final touch, but he knew nothing about it. Kim Vilfort's drive struck him in the face and left Bodart wrong-footed. Less than a quarter of the game gone, Belgium desperate for a win, 2 down. They dug themselves halfway out of the hole soon after when defender Georges Groen came forward to crash home a header, but did no more than delay their fate. Denmark opened up the gap between the two teams to 6 points with a third goal midway through the second half. Same corner, same result, via the head of Kim Vilfort this time. The margin between qualification and a seat at home in front of the television next summer is very small. Vilfort's header was marginally over the line. Spain are almost certain to win Group 2. They didn't score against Cyprus in Granada until the stroke of half-time, but after that, it was open season on the Cypriot keeper. Alfonso Perez opened the second half goal fest. The final count was 6-0, including 2 for substitute Pizzi, and this one from Jose Luis Caminero to round it all off late in the day. Spain are one of only 5 teams still unbeaten in the European qualifiers. They still have Denmark to play next month. They beat them 3-0 in Spain last year. A draw this time will ensure they qualify in top spot. Belgium, they need snookers.
Croatia, denied a visit to England on Wednesday, showed against Estonia what we missed. They're in the checkered shirts, and that was Zvonimir Boban making it 4-1 just before half-time. After the interval, Davor Suker left the Estonian defence guessing which foot he'd use to score his second and his country's 5th of the game. An unhappy night for Portsmouth's goalkeeper Mark Poom ended at 7-1 with Suker completing his hat-trick. In the same group, Italy kept in touch by beating Slovenia, but only 1-0. Fabrizio Ravanelli, played onside by a defender on the near side, scored the only goal. There were 6 Juventus players in the starting lineup, but plenty of talent on the bench. Giuseppe Signore on at half-time, Roberto Baggio only on for the last half hour. Italy's visit to Croatia next month will be a real test. Everybody wants to be top of the group. Coming second carries no guarantees.
A quick review of the other 3 groups shows Romania close to qualifying, but France, unbeaten with only 1 goal conceded, still have some work to do despite a 10-0 win in the week. Their game in Romania next month will tell us a lot. Sweden's hopes disappeared this week. It's Switzerland versus Turkey in Group 3. But as Gerald said, second place may not be enough. The two second-place teams with the worst records against the best of their sections will play off for one spot at Anfield in December. So Holland's position in Group 5 is even more perilous than it looks. Their final game is at home to Norway, who will probably still need a point to be sure of their place.
Welcome to Eurosport News. My name's Carlton Kirby. Italy had stand-in goalkeeper Luca Bacci sent off after just 9 minutes of their European Championship Group 4 qualifier against Croatia. Bucci called up after Peruzzi was injured in training during the weekend. Sent off as he handled the ball full stretch outside the area. Well, Gianfranco Zola was then pulled off in order to get the second reserve keeper, Taldo, on the pitch. Well, it seemed misery for the Italians playing in blue here. But Albertini, the AC Milan striker, doing just that. His first goal for Italy, and it was a beauty. Down to 10 men, but oh so often, as we saw, or we've seen before, 10 men can often play equally as well, if not better, than 11. So Croatia trailing this strike, silencing the crowd, and 38,000 turned up to see this game. Well, into the second half. Alan Boksic. Fouled by Toldo. And here it comes. To be a yellow card for the second reserve keeper. And, of course, a penalty whistled. Stunning atmosphere. Even more so after Davor Suker in the 48th leveled the scores. A party affair, to say the very least. In Split. But that's the way the scoreline stayed. Italy were desperate for revenge, having lost 2-1 to Croatia at home. Wasn't to be. One apiece it finished. And so that's what Group 4 looks like. After that result, of course, more European Championship matches later this week. Wednesday night it is. Croatia currently on the top of this group. It just seems to be between Croatia and Italy. These two virtually assured of a place in England 96.
Het Razdan-stadion in Yerevan. De eerste van 2 overbodige EK-interlands. Bijna iedereen ziet er tegenop. Luc Nieli scoort 2 keer. Goals nummer 3 en 4 voor de Rode Duivels. Voor het overige wordt de barre reis naar het verre Armenië er een om snel te vergeten.
Ansehen hatte und sich für einen genauen Pass entschied. Auf Enrique. Zweikampf mit Lausen und zur allgemeinen Überraschung gab es erst Gelb für Lausen und dann Strafstoß für Spanien. Warum, das sehen wir hier. Handspiel des Dänen, korrekt die Entscheidung also. Schmeichel gegen Jero. Sieger der Spanier 0:1 und Schmeichel, der wird mächtig geärgert haben, denn beim Elfmeter getunnelt werden ist halt doppelt gemein. Richard Möller-Nielsen, der dänische Coach, forderte mehr Vorwärtsdrang von seiner Mannschaft. Das Gegenteil war der Fall. Spanien übernahm das Kommando. Wieder mit Jero auf Pizzi. Torjäger beim Heinkes Club CD Teneriffa. Und Peter Schmeichel, der war stinksauer. Solche Nachlässigkeiten in der Abwehr ist der Torwart von Manchester United auf der Insel natürlich nicht gewohnt. Trainer Javier Clemente, sein Zigarettenkonsum hielt sich in Grenzen. Zu überlegen war seine Mannschaft, zuweilen aber auch mit einem Hang zur Überheblichkeit. Alcorta hier mit dem Fehler, dann Nadals Fehler, Beck, der Mann von Fortuna Köln mit der besten Möglichkeit der Dänen bis dahin. Die Spanier scherten sich nicht groß drum. Enrique, eine von 2 Spitzen. Immer noch Enrique. Gute Idee. Und dafür gab es Beifall sogar von den dänischen Fans. kurz vor der Pause. Zubizarreta hier im Torraum klar behindert. Spiel lief trotzdem weiter. Nielsen! Und Retter für die Spanier. Vallejo auf der Torlinie. Halbzeitführung damit. Etwas glücklich für die Iberer, die in dieser Gruppe 2 noch ungeschlagen sind. Die zweite Halbzeit begann wieder mit einem Fehler von Nadal. Michael Laudrup wegkreuzt schön vor ihm, zieht den Gegenspieler mit sich, Wilford dadurch ohne Gegenspieler. Das 1:1 unmittelbar nach Wiederbeginn. Herrlich die Vorarbeit von Laudrup, passt genau im richtigen Moment. Und er ist der 4. Gegentreffer, den die Spanier in dieser Gruppe hinnehmen mussten. Kim Wilford. Danach der Titelverteidiger endlich mit mehr Druck über Außen und Zubizarreta. Die Hoffnungen auf mehr erfüllten sich trotzdem nicht. Endstand 1:1 in diesem Spiel. Dänemark ist mit dem Unentschieden sicherer Gruppenzweiter, aber noch nicht endgültig für England qualifiziert.
Dänemark gegen Spanien.
Für Russland standen die Sterne gut. Ein Remis und Verfolger Griechenland wäre abgeschüttelt. Dabei präsentierten die Gäste einen neuen Torwart, Nikolaos Michopoulos, erst 22, erstes offizielles Länderspiel. Russland ohne Schalimov, Kiriakow, Schmarow, Kanchelskis, Bestchasnich und Savicev, dennoch in der Anfangsphase die bessere Mannschaft. Olivanos Freistoß nach rund einer Viertelstunde. 6 Spieler von Meister Spartak Moskau, nur ein Legionär in der Anfangsformation, neues russisches Selbstbewusstsein. Konstantinos Polichano, der griechische Nationaltrainer, hatte im Vorfeld angekündigt, das starke russische Mittelfeld auszuschalten. Seine Mannschaft tat dafür zu wenig. Zartas, der Spielmacher von Gladbach-Gegner AEK Athen, kam mit der Manndeckung von Kovtun einfach nicht zurecht, blieb blass. Die Russen selbstsicher. 29 Tore haben sie in der Qualifikation bereits erzielt. Keine Mannschaft traf häufiger und die Russen ballsicher. Mostovoy und noch einmal Mostovoy, erstaunlich nervenstark, Michopoulos. Aber das musste er auch sein. Denn die von Libero, Usunidis gelenkte Abwehr war alles andere als gut postiert. Bekam zudem aus dem Mittelfeld keine Unterstützung, sprich Entlastung. So weiter Russland mit Onopko, Kovtun und dem Führungstreffer nach 36 Minuten völlig verdient. Der Ärger der Griechen verständlich. Nicht nur, dass sie zurücklagen, nein, sie hatten das Tor auch selber erzielt. Die Flanke von Kovtun fällt Usunidis unhaltbar für Michopoulos ab, hat dann sogar doppeltes Pech, als der Ball noch vom Innenpfosten ins Tor rollt. Die Taktik der Griechen, ein 0:0 zur Pause und dann auf Konter hoffen, ging nicht auf. Russland dagegen auf dem direkten Weg nach England. Nach der Halbzeit dann der lautstark geforderte Wechsel. Sergei Kiriakow, der Mann aus Karlsruhe, kam für Juran und die Russen dominierten weiter, vergaben aber auch weiter beste Möglichkeiten. Mostovoy, eine von mehreren guten. Was folgte, war eine gewisse Langeweile. Die Russen lässig, phasenweise überheblich. Ersatztorwart Cherchessow, der Ex-Dresdner, nachdenklich. Es sollte sich rächen. Denn urplötzlich kam Griechenland ins Spiel mit Donis, vom Meister und Pokalsieger Panathinaikos Athen. Und auf einmal war der Ausgleich da. Salochidis, der Torschütze, nach 61 Minuten. Der Mann vom Arihan-Club PAOK Saloniki, der bis zum Sommer noch für Olympiakos Piräus spielte, schneller am Ball als Kovtun. Logische Konsequenz russischen Leichtsinns. Und die Griechen jetzt hellwach und brandgefährlich. Wieder Donis, wieder nicht angegriffen. Batista, Dimitri Karins, beste Parade gegen den seit 10 Jahren in Griechenland lebenden Portugiesen Batista. Und die Russen wollten reagieren, kamen aber nicht dazu. Freistoß Karpin, Fehler Michopoulos, Kovtun einmal, Kovtun zweimal und Onopko macht das 2:1 quasi im dritten Nachfassen. Viktor Onopko, der Kapitän, auch er von Spartak Moskau, öffnet das EM-Tor. Aber was waren da für Pleiten und Pannen vorausgegangen? Michopoulos greift daneben gegen Onopko, dann trifft Kovtun den Pfosten und Zagorakis und dann nutzt Onopko die allgemeine Verunsicherung. 35.000 im Moskauer Olympiastadion begeistert. Und es sollte noch offensiver werden. Schalimov kam, Karpin ging, der Ex-Duisburger. Die Schlussphase, in der die Griechen alles riskierten. Kasapis gegen Kiriakow. In Deutschland heuer ja noch ohne Torerfolg. Hier hätte er sich sein persönliches Geschenk machen können. So aber blieb's beim 2:1. Russlands Trainer Oleg Romantsev durfte zufrieden sein. Seine Mannschaft bleibt weiterhin ungeschlagen. Staatspräsident Boris Jelzin nahm es ebenfalls wohlwollend zur Kenntnis. Kein hochklassiges, aber ein durchaus gutes Spiel.
Also der Schiedsrichter hat wahrscheinlich die Mannschaft von Russland angedeutet.
Always a difficult afternoon, as Ian McFall will know, for a goalkeeper. Under no pressure at all, you might be called into action. So it's difficult maintaining the concentration.
Gray going in here. Oh, it's 1-0. It's Michael O'Neill. And what a moment for Michael O'Neill to put Northern Ireland 1 up. 36 minutes gone. And after 6.5 years, he scored in Malta, April '89, a World Cup qualifier. He was in there. Gray off the chest of Gray. Good run from O'Neill and a good finish. But that is the breakthrough that Northern Ireland certainly needed. Gray, always dangerous, always in there. A little flick from O'Neill and through the legs of Uri. 1-0 to Northern Ireland. And he'll be happier. Forward by Lennon. Here's Gray. Hair flowing in the wind. Taken out by Christoph Frick. Wins the free kick. And Michael Hughes across to take it. Whips it in. McMahon is there. It's 2-0. I think it's McMahon. It is. So 2-0 Northern Ireland and a first international goal for the 21-year-old. Hughes whips it over. Where's the marking? The keeper didn't come, just knocked it in and said, thank you very much indeed. 4 minutes gone on this second half. Perfect start to the second half. The keeper, well, he was rooted to the line. Quinn tries it from range. Oh, what a goal! Jimmy Quinn, the smile says it all. Tremendous strike. It just dropped. He thought, I'll have a go, and my word, it paid off. 3-0 Northern Ireland. A 12th international goal for Jimmy Quinn, and what a goal it was. Should be Grace. Still going. Nicely ran into Hefty. Hughes gives it to McMahon. Good cross in. Gray! Superb finish from Philip Gray. And for all his efforts this afternoon, he certainly deserved it. 26 minutes gone. 4-0 Northern Ireland. And 4 international goals for Philip Gray.
The Republic were without the injured Manchester United player.
McGrath's won it well. Now McAteer. He's beaten his man. Aldridge is there. Townsend. Staunton. Well, promise well out of attack. Tackle from McGrath and a little turn by McAteer. Open the Latvians up for once. Kelly. Here's Quinn. Now he can set up Staunton. Down he goes. Penalty. Stepanov upended Staunton. And the Republic of Ireland, with an hour gone, have got a precious opportunity here from the penalty spot. Staunton well set up by Quinn. He's had his marker, Zachary Shevsky, pulling at his shirt all night long. John Aldridge, as ever, is in rich goal-scoring form for his club. What a moment this is now for his country. He's up to it. It's a gold mine of a goal for the Republic of Ireland. Qualification is so important, and victory tonight essential to qualification. Latvia must be sick of the sight of John Aldridge. That's 7 times that he's scored against them now in 4 internationals. Stalled him with the free kick. Aldridge again! Ah! You either can or you can't score goals. Hayes doesn't come into it. Aldridge has an eye for it. terrific header from Staunton's free kick. And some breathing space for the Republic of Ireland. And John Aldridge is now just one behind Frank Stapleton's national record.
McGrath knocked it against Kelly. Inside the last corner now. Astafievs. Stepanovs is up there. Oh, well struck, and the turn against the crossbar by Kelly from Zemlinski's volley. Nearly 10 years in charge now. He's run half of the 90 internationals that he's presided over, taking the Republic of Ireland up into the top 20 in the world rankings. 3 major finals. Oh, and here's Rimkus. Oh, he's got one back. Silence descends over Lansdowne Road with 13 minutes left to play. Vitas Rimkus has nipped in, and he's going to make Jack Charlton sweat through these closing moments. Ball came from the long throw. Babs seemed to try to leave it to Phelan, and between them, Rimkus slipped the ball beyond Kelly and in. McAteer. It's been a lively force out on that right-hand side, Jason McAteer. Babs' header, on by Townsend. Kennedy. Stepanovs across. Kennedy's got it back from him. And now Staunton. Important challenge by the skipper, Shevliakovs. That's it. The Republic of Ireland have done what they had to do. It was win or bust tonight, and win they have, with 2 goals from John Aldridge. The Irish players will turn their attentions to action elsewhere in their group tonight, hoping that Portugal can beat Austria. But if Jack Charlton's team overcome Portugal themselves next month, they will be certain of a place in the top 2 and close to qualifying for the finals. Tense times at Lansdowne Road tonight, but they've come through it 2-1 winners.
As do the best 6 second-place teams in the 8 groups, and the remaining 2 second-place sides will play off at Anfield on December 13th for the last spot in Euro 96. I think we all understand that, don't we? So Portugal now 3 points clear, but if the Republic can beat them in their final match, Jack Charlton's side will go through as group winners. As you look at that table, you have to understand that head-to-head results count, not goal difference. A draw in Portugal would leave the Republic relying on other results. But what do we think? I mean, they did well to come back.
Bare Nähe gerückt. Vorletzter Gegner die beste Mannschaft in unserer Gruppe, Portugal. Österreich bietet in der ersten Hälfte die beste Leistung seit Jahren. Hier scheitert Herzog an Torhüter Vitor Baia, aber wir haben ja einen Peter Stöger.
Schön gemacht für Stöger! Tor! Tor! Peter Stöger! 21. Spielminute. Peter Stöger, der permanente Torschütze der österreichischen Nationalmannschaft. 4. Treffer hintereinander, 1:0 gegen Portugal. Sehr schön gemacht von Markus Schopp. Alle Achtung vor dem Sturmspieler.
Aber nur 3 Minuten nach Seitenwechsel der Ausgleich. Ein herrliches Solo von Paulinho Santos, dazu Teamchef Herbert Prohaska.
Aus portugiesischer Sicht war es ein Genuss und war es ein Weltklasse-Tor. Aus meiner Sicht ist es ganz einfach so, auch wenn es unpopulär klingt, aber da muss ganz einfach ein taktisches Foul kommen. Der darf also nicht über 35, 40 Meter dort durchlaufen und unser Tor schießen.
Noch lebt die Endrundenchance, aber die Aufgabe ist doch schwieriger geworden. Irland wieder auf Rang 2. Österreich muss im letzten Spiel in Nordirland erstmals einen Punkt holen und benötigt außerdem Portugals Schützenhilfe gegen Irland. Immerhin, auch Portugal darf nicht verlieren.
Andreas Kupke got it out. Oh, Southall's missed it. Oh, what a blow for Wales. And it's the substitute striker, Stefan Kuntz, who claims it. Well, this is it again from behind the goal. Southall missed it completely, and it was a combination. It looked as though it was the striker Struntz and Andy Melville who somehow between them put it in. Oh, well done, Nathan Blake. Nice little touch on, and he'll get to it. Wins a corner. Just look how many red shirts there are infecting that penalty area. Pembridge will take it. Kit Simons with the header. Oh, it's an own goal! It's 1-1! And that equaliser is no more, no less than Wales deserve. Kit Simons with the header, and then it was Thomas Helmer. And it beat the defender on the line. And it beat Kupke in the air. Just a deflection, which made it that much more difficult to deal with. And it's 1-1. The result as far as qualification for Germany may well be academic, but they certainly don't want to lose. Hasn't yet gone for a corner, and it didn't. Klinsmann gets number 2 when the ball was whipped in quickly by Dieter Eilts. Klinsmann unmarked, and he's not going to miss those. That's 3 in 5 minutes, and Germany are back in front.
Defeat for Greece in Moscow would mean that Scotland would be assured of second place in the group. Russia, meanwhile, had their sights on the top of the table, and the Greeks were bearing gifts to take them there. Russia, in white, took the lead when Uzanides turned in a hopeful cross from the right. Delight for the Muscovites, but Greece equalised in the second half. It was a strong run down the right from Donis, and his centre was met by the head of Salutidis. But the Russians were literally handed victory when Mitropoulos dropped the free kick. It looked as if they might escape, but the captain Onopko put it away. President Yeltsin was overcome with the thought of Russia in the finals.
One other result there, San Marino won, Faroe Islands 3. So Russia have booked their place in next year's finals with that victory, and Scotland almost certain to join them as one of the 6 best second-placed sides.
Welcome to Eurosport News. My name's Carlton Kirby. Group 6 of the European Championship qualifications. More than the toughest. Very close indeed. Austria playing here in the white up against Portugal. Stoga going close after 19 minutes. Well, a full 5 teams in this group of 6, possibly making it to England 96. Points vital at this stage. Stoga getting his just reward 2 minutes after going so close. Well, thread his way through beautifully. The Portuguese, though, not known to take that sort of thing lying down. João Pinto going close just before the half hour. The Portuguese certainly have the skills. They weren't getting the breaks against Austria. But in the second half, things started to go their way. Paulino Santos. Beautifully placed. Very cool. The Austrian crowd numbering 44,000, one of the biggest crowds of the night. Silenced by that strike. And I can tell you that is the way that it stayed. 1 apiece, and Portugal looking very good indeed for a place in England 96.
There, the final whistle, arms aloft from the Portuguese in red. Austria with still an awful lot to do. Perhaps they'd heard how big Jack's men had got on against Latvia. Well, we can have a look at those results in just a few moments. And here they are, 2 goals by striker John Aldrich. Gave Jack's men 2-1 advantage over Latvia, puts them second and keeps their hopes of a place in England 96 well and truly alive. Liechtenstein going down 4-0 at home to Northern Ireland. They're still in it as well. Russia and Greece providing the entertainment in Group 8. Scotland busy with a friendly game against the Swedes. Russia busy counting on their luck. Well, an own goal by Alexandris in the 34th minute. You had to feel sorry for the Greeks. They certainly had the quality, and indeed the finishing of Salochidis showed just that. Very cool. The Muscovite crowd busy whistling. Well, it was another piece of luck for the Russians. Their second goal. Just savour this, though. The Greeks looking good, but harried at this point. Muted appeals for handball. It hit the post, hit the defender. Eventually, though, a Nopko with the clean strike. 2-1 to Russia. Russia virtually guaranteed a berth. Scotland looking good to join them. The Scots this evening going down in Sweden 2-0 in a friendly. So just one other result. First away win for the Faroe Islands. Looking at 3-1 at San Marino. And there the standings, as we said. Scotland looking comfortable, although engaged in a friendly match tonight, which they lost against the Swedes. That loss from Greece means that Russia and Scotland are odds-on favourite. Well, a group that entertained us throughout this evening, more than any other. Group 1, and Romania and France. The French with an awful lot to do. It seemed an uphill struggle. Many thought they wouldn't manage it against Romania, and when you looked to see what the Romanians were doing early on, you had to still feel sorry for the French. Hadji showing his mettle from the spot kick. Well, it was a piece of inspiration. Karembo, it was just before the half hour, 29th minute, took control of the match. Well, it's a youthful side for the French. Papin, Cantona, Loco, Wedek, all out. Injured, David Ginola and Pedros. Well, it certainly looked on the night like France didn't need them, it has to be said. The more that the Romanians pushed, the more fluid the French became. Georgiev it was in the 41st. Watch this. Tidied beautifully. Dugari with the strike. Stilia, the keeper, couldn't hold it. And it was 2-0 to the French. Well, they couldn't believe it. We could. They've been playing beautifully. It was a joy to watch. Fluid football from the French. First time for a long time. Been a bit of a goal drought, as it were, in the second half, though. Lacatouche keeping his head, delighting a capacity crowd. Well, from that moment, we thought Romania were well and truly back in this, and the equaliser was only a few moments away. Well, in the end, it went the way of the French. Zidane, it was. As Romania were pushing forward, the French had a strike of their own. And a beauty it was too. Romania 1, France 3, one of the shock results of the night. And it puts France right back in the frame for a place in England 96. Well, while that was going on, Slovakia up against Poland. Poland's the biggest threat to France. Romania virtually qualified despite going down against the French. Well, what would Poland do? It was a good start. Juskowiak after 19. Well, the referee was to play a major part in this match. Portuguese referee, Mr. Matero Caroado. And he was a tough cookie. The Poles were in the lead. And there was all sorts of things going on. Well, a foul of Ivan eventually. After this attack of Slovakia. Maravchik putting it wide. Well, that foul of Ivan on Jankula. Dubovski it was who was to stand up to equalise from the penalty spot. Very cool for a moment. I think he even thought it was going over. Relief. Relief from the crowds, certainly. So one apiece. And then the ding-dong really began. Jankula going very close, near post. Slovakia well and truly on top of this game. Only a matter of moments, we thought, before they took the lead. Once again, Jankula denied. Dubovski striking the post. We were wondering what Slovakia could possibly do. Well, a yellow card for Kozecki meant that the bench immediately substituted him. Well, he took his shirt off, showed dissent, and as a result got himself a red card into the bargain. So no substitution. The Poles down to 10 men and feeling rather hard done by, and quite right too. It was the advantage that Slovakia needed, and Janskula it was in the 69th minute that gave them the lead. 2-1. Well, the Slovaks, an important game for them this. They're still not out of the shout. France, they'll be entertaining the Israelis once again. We know what happens during the World Cup. Well, it was to be another red card for encroaching on the ball, not going back far enough. Svijevski. And he wasn't too pleased, getting himself into all sorts of trouble potentially. He went quietly in the end. Well, down to 9 men, and Poland just had nothing left to offer in terms of resistance. Ujlaki, 78th minute, 3-1 to Slovakia. And on a roll, they certainly were. Simon, or Simon, finishing it off. Almost embarrassing. Well, Slovakia and the referee beating the Poles 4-1. So we can have a look how Group 1 is looking right now. And there it is. Basically, it's Romania looking certain. France and Slovakia will do battle. Not together, but separately for that second berth. And there are their results. Israel beating Azerbaijan 2-0. Group 7, Georgia in the red. Bulgaria in the shaky white. Apologies for the picture quality, but a decent match nonetheless. In the first minute, Avlatsi had put Georgia ahead. Sadly, we're not able to bring you that goal. Line problems out of Georgia. Kostadinov hitting the crossbar in the 10th minute. Kostadinov again on the goalpost in the 17th. Well, Bulgaria feeling hard done by. Not only did they fail with the equaliser, but taking the lead as well. Could so easily have been them in front at this point. Well, in the second half, Georgia got another break. Not literally. Kutinov brought down, and Kinkladze just 1 minute into the second half making it 2-0 to Georgia. Well, Bulgaria unbeaten up until this point, but despite the goal from Stoichkov, it was to stay. Georgia 2, Bulgaria 1. So the first defeat for Bulgaria in these qualifiers, that will warm German hearts. Germany, the only other team really in Group 7. Well, Wales going down at home with a late goal for Germany, taking it 2-1, 10 minutes from time. And so it looks like this. Bulgaria and Germany now level on points. Still to play each other, of course. Group 2, Denmark and Spain drawing 1 apiece. Spain qualifying for the finals outright. 23 points, having played 9. Many are saying you should put your money on right now on the Spaniards to lift Euro 96. It's a team that's coming good at the right time. Cyprus, Macedonia, 1 apiece. Group 3, Switzerland beat the Hungarians 3-0. It's a bad time in Hungarian football at the moment. Iceland, Turkey, 0-0. And it looks like this. Switzerland top ahead of the Turks. These two basically the only ones heading for England. Group 4, Lithuania thrashing Estonia 5-0. Slovenia beating the Ukraine 3-2. It leaves Croatia on top with 20 points ahead of Italy. Then Lithuania on 16. It's not all decided by any means, this particular group. The Ukraine also in with a shout. And Group 5, 0-0 Belarus, Luxembourg, Malta going down at home 4-0 against the Netherlands. They're still there. Head still up. It's between those top 3, Norway, the Czech Republic and the Netherlands. Just 2 go on to England, 96 of course.
Well, it's complicated, a little chaotic, but last night Denmark up against Spain. Fernando Hierro, it was the hero of the Spanish side. The Danes in their familiar red. Well, close indeed, this particular group. A draw for Spain would guarantee them qualification to England 96, just about the only ones as well. And a booking for deliberate handball, and Peter Schmeichel, Manchester United goalkeeper, facing that man Hierro. Well, just 19 minutes gone. Under the body of Schmeichel. He's a big lad. Just didn't get himself low enough. But jolly close indeed. Well, Spain, the technically superior, but the spirit of the Danes showing through. Only lost 2 competitive games in 2 years. And Vilfort it was who preserved that unbeaten home record in front of 40,000 just after the break. Well, provided Spain could hang on or even win this particular one, they were going to England 96, one of the first to qualify. The Danes going close. Zubizarreta equal to what they had to throw at him. The final score then 1 apiece. Spain heading for England. And there, the next Group 2 matches set for November the 15th. Spain take on Macedonia. Cyprus are up against Belgium. Denmark entertain Armenia. Well, the result from last night, Cyprus drew 1 apiece with Macedonia, of little consequence, and it looks like Denmark will go. Well, Russia up against Greece, and a couple of scrappy goals it was that helped them win this particular match. 2-1, and Russia become the second team to qualify for England 96, along with Spain. England as hosts, of course, not having to go through these formalities. Well, Greece looked the better side last night. Russia, 2 very lucky goals, but they're going to England. And this is what Group 8 looks like. Scotland most likely to join Russia. San Marino last night losing out at home to the Faroe Islands, who beat them 3-1 in their first international away win. And Group 8 fixtures there for you. Scotland, San Marino next up. Well, the Austrians in Group 6 hosting Portugal, and this the tightest of all the groups. Before this match, indeed, 5 teams from Group 6 could have qualified. Well, it's down to 4 now, and we'll carry you through this one. Stoge it was in the 21st minute, who brought joy to Austrian hearts. 44,000 in the stadium to watch this game, and they made their voices heard on 21 minutes. Well, an awful lot to play for. The Portuguese, of course, group leaders here. João Pinto shooting over on 29 minutes. Well, the Portuguese had the quality, the Austrians the resilience. But in the 50th minute, Paulinho Santos put Portugal level. Well, the pressure from both sides didn't let up. A win absolutely vital in this group, as we say. 5 teams in contention before last night. Amongst those, both the Irish teams, who also played yesterday evening. Well, it was to finish 1 apiece. I'll just run through some of the other results. 2 goals from John Aldridge helped Ireland beat Latvia 2-1. And Northern Ireland going to Liechtenstein and winning that away match 4-0. Well, still nobody certainly through from Group 6, although the Portuguese have to be extremely hopeful. Their arms the ones going up, and it would take a miracle for them not to make it. So Portugal virtually qualified, but then it's very tight indeed between Ireland, Austria and Northern Ireland. And there the Group 6 fixtures next time around on the 15th. Portugal, Ireland, Northern Ireland up against Austria. Well, Switzerland entertaining Hungary. Roy Hodgson announcing at the end of this match that he is in fact to take over as coach of Inter Milan. Well, he's done a super job with Switzerland, as we all know. And Turk Yilmaz of Galatasaray putting Switzerland 1-0 up off the pass of Knupp after 22 minutes. Well, so certain is everyone that Switzerland are going through. Once again, only mathematics will halt their progress. And indeed, last night, nothing was stopping them. Well, they haven't beaten Hungary on home soil since 1939. And with class like this, Sforza it was, the boy from Bayern Munich, making it 2-0. Perhaps the Swiss an outside bet for the European crown, although with the absence of Roy Hodgson, one has to wonder who will fill that man's boots for the Swiss. Those are furthest things from people's mind last night. Christoph Ores, 1 minute from time, made it Switzerland 3, Hungary 0. They're the final score, and as we said, the Swiss looking reasonably comfortable. It'll be more of a story if they don't go. And we can take a look at the Group 3 standings in a moment. Iceland and Turkey last night drawing 0-0, and the celebrations in typical Swiss style still going on. Those knees in trouble. So Group 3, Hungary taking on Iceland. Sweden will entertain Turkey. Hungary match on November the 11th. The 15th, it'll be Sweden-Turkey. And there the standings for now. As you can see, Switzerland so far ahead. But it's jolly weird the way they've worked out these qualifiers. Head-to-heads do count.
Welcome back. In Group 7, it was Georgia up against Bulgaria. And the winner, winging its way in by Stoichkov. I beg your pardon, not the winner, of course. Bulgaria going down against Georgia 2-1. And indeed, something of a shock last night. Wales actually lost to Germany 10 minutes from time. Klinsmann gave the Germans victory 2-1. And indeed, there, the fixtures in Group 7, the standings for you as well. And Bulgaria and Germany, well, basically it's between them two. Still not absolutely certain, but who will be top? Croatia and Italy. This, of course, last weekend. Albertini with the strike, pulling Italy back into this match. It finished 1 apiece. Italy and Croatia top of Group 4 for now. But once again, another open group. And the top 3 looking likely to be those contesting the 2 places. But once again, very tight. The next match is Italy take on the Ukraine. Then it's Slovenia, Croatia, and Italy, Lithuania. 2 matches still for the Italians. Well, Malta played host to Holland. They needed to win their 2 remaining matches. This, the first of the last, if you like. They made sure they were on song for the night. Took them a while to break the deadlock, though. Malta held out very well. Mark Overmars breaking the breach, if you like, in the 52nd minute. And from then on, the floodgates were well and truly open. Overmars again, 9 minutes later. The Dutch absolutely delighted, and well they might be. In different form in these qualifiers. Finally being put to rest. Showing the quality we know they have. Well, Overmars once again. That was his hat-trick. Only 2 goals for Overmars in 26 games. This is first hat-trick, of course. Now 5 goals in 27 matches. Well, whether or not we see the skills of Overmars on display in England, 96, we'll have to wait and see. Seedorf, 10 minutes from time, sealed the match for the Dutch. They took it 4-0. The other match in this group, Luxembourg and Belarus, finished 0-0. But by no means settled this. 3 teams still in it. Norway, the Czech Republic and the Netherlands. Norway, of course, a friendly last night against England. 0-0. That finished in Oslo. And they're the standings in Group 5 and the fixtures next up. Malta, Belarus, the Czech Republic and Luxembourg, then the Netherlands play Norway. Taking place between the 12th and the 15th. Well, the match of the night surely had to be Romania-France. The French, their tails well and truly up. We didn't expect it. They looked marvellous, playing as a team for the first time in a long time. No stars there, only youngsters. And that goal, the final by Zidane. Surprise result of the night. Romania 1, France 3. Well, France still not certain of a place. Romania looking more comfortable, but Slovakia could upset them both. Other results, Israel beat Azerbaijan 2-0. Slovenia thrashing the Poles 4-1 to stay in the frame.
Jest z lewej strony Juskowiak, szuka go tam poszedł środkiem, nie ma spalonego, szansa na gol! Juskowiak, gol! 1-0! Ładna kontra polskiej reprezentacji. Szymon, Janczula groźnie i będzie rzut karny. I 1-1. Ładnie tam na polu karnym i gol. Janczula. Jeszcze piłka nie opuściła boiska. Janczula przed pole karne, Słowacy i gol. Szymon przed szansą, Woźniak, szansa na 4. bramkę. 4-1. Rewanż za Chorzów w pełni udany. praktycznie nie stworzyli żadnej groźnej sytuacji pod bramką Aleksandra Żitkowa. Tylko dobrej interwencji Andrzeja Woźniaka i Tomasza Sokowskiego zawdzięczamy, że Polacy tego meczu nie przegrali. Spotkanie przeciętne, po którym Azerbejdżan zdobył pierwszy punkt w eliminacjach, a Polska kończy te eliminacje dopiero na 5. miejscu.